friends. I just want to give you a bit of an update here, as well as a schedule for the coming weeks and months. There's so much I desire to do, could do, and I'm attempting to work on. We've got several books we want to publish. Our series on Daniel, on the heavens do rule. We're wanting to put it into a book format. I've got a whole transcript for how to judge biblically, on being born again, and on other series we're working on, as well as my book Pentecostal Pioneers. There's an updated version of that. So we've got so much work. I've got so much I would like to do, but time restricts, pressure, trials, burdens, all of the rest. And still a year and a half after losing Candace, probably at the minute, it's as hard as any single point previously. People say it gets easier. It certainly doesn't feel like that. It's a sore trial to walk through. I miss her terribly. She was such a wonderful friend, more than a wife, and fully involved in everything we've done ministry-wise. So that's been a tremendous loss. I have invites coming from Australia, Canada, Northern Ireland, elsewhere. And again, all of these I so long to do with all of my heart, and I'm trying to pray into these to be able to do them. I sincerely would like to try, and yet I feel almost crippled at times trying to step out to do these things. But I am coming to America in 3 weeks' time, so let me give you the schedule of that. Beginning on Wednesday night, the 28th of February, I'll be with Bibleway Assembly in Foley, Alabama, with Pastor Eddie Sullivan, a wonderful man of God, great preacher, someone who pours himself out for the Lord. And we're going to be there. Love to see you there. If you're local, please come and join us on that night. Then after that, we'll move on to Baton Rouge in Louisiana. I'm going to be there with our wonderful friends, Pastor Randy and Dee Currier. They're old friends, haven't seen them since 2010, many other folk there. And they're like family to me. We're going to be there on that Sunday morning and evening. And please, again, if you can be there, we'd love to see you. Come join us for fellowship and the Word of God. And then after that, I'm going to move on to Pottsville in Arkansas to be with Pastor Robin St Clair with Pottsville Assemblies of God. They've got their camp meeting running from Monday to Friday. I'll be preaching on that Friday, the 8th of March, morning and evening. But also I'll be there just in that camp meeting, listening to other preachers, fellowshipping together throughout that week, being with them, and God willing, be there over the weekend, maybe preach once on the Sunday or something like that. So that's just the rough schedule. I'll put those details in below this video. There's been many other invites, people asking about preaching during this time, but my ability, my mental, emotional ability is limited. So please do pray for me in all of these things. After that, in April time, we'll be running a 5-day School of Christ in Germany from Monday, the 15th of April through to Friday, the 19th of April. I'll be there for that time. We've got wonderful sisters in the Lord who translate into the German language. And we're going to be there with local believers just for 5 days. I'll preach in English. They'll translate. We just spend those 5 days soaked in prayer and the Word of God. I'll be preaching several times a day, and it is the School of Christ messages. And we continue on from last year, and we'll continue on as well next year again. But we had a powerful time. We've got a beautiful complex there that we're meeting in, and you'll be very blessed if you can come. This summer, we're going to be running School of Christ in Limerick City here in conjunction with the church. LCC hosts it, and we use their building for running the school here. For 3 weeks, we'll be locked into that school from Monday, the 15th of July, through until Friday, the 2nd of August. And for 3 weeks, we cover about 9 messages a day. It's very intensive. We're just shut in together throughout that whole time, just praying, seeking the Lord, fellowshipping, sitting under the Word, studying. And it's a very special time. We had a brilliant time last year. It was really ordained of the Lord. And already we've got students coming to this school from about 9 different countries. And that's only our initial intake for this school. So please do keep it in prayer. Then in August time, again, I'll be going to the Sanctuary Conference in England. That's hosted by Pastor Paul Williams. And again, Brother Stephen will be there preaching. We've been together preaching the past 2 years. And this is a special time just coming together, mostly believers from across England. If you're a church or a pastor, preacher, or just an individual Christian that's isolated, it's a wonderful oasis just to come, be there, meet other believers, just sit in the presence of God, be under the word of God. So if you can be there, if you live in England, it's a special few days, just Friday to Sunday, just to book in for that. Hopefully in the midst of all of that May time, I'm going to take a significant break. I really need to shut down. With this whole trial, I just can feel tired. I struggle to sleep at nights. So I still do need prayer for that. Everything we do here in LCC, we do as a church. I know I'm the public face on things, but we operate as a church, as a body. We're a real family. We operate with one mind, heart, prayer. The church here is out every Saturday evangelizing on the streets of Limerick. We believe together, and I don't do these things. I could not do what I'm doing without each member of this body pulling fully behind it. But also you online, friends in other countries, many of you will never meet, never get to talk or fellowship face to face, but I know you're really an integral part of this. So we thank you for your prayers, your encouragement, your faithful financial giving. And we as a church, we're constantly giving out without cost everything that we do. And we're seeking to support missions in other countries as well, train leaders, and help them be trained. They couldn't do that themselves. So there's a lot we're involved in, a lot we're giving ourselves to. But I just want to give you this brief update, mainly to let you know the schedule in America so you could come, join, be with us. Love to meet you, see you if we never have. And God willing, maybe one of these days we'll get to Australia, Canada, several other countries that are in the calendar. I would love to do all of these. And I plan to, but to be quite honest, my heart can faint. I wrestle over it, feel unable to stretch myself. My mind to try and put one message together to preach is the hardest of trials. I can't tell you how hard that is. And so even this break that I'm going to take in May time, so important. I need to rest as well. I'm still in the whole process of repair, of finding the will of God and the way ahead, and just walk with the Lord myself. Such a precious thing. I've held off on doing messages on the Great Reset. I could have kept doing them every month at the stage I was doing them 2 years ago. While other people were prophesying that COVID would stop within months, I warned you that it would last for 2.5 years. And I laid out a time frame, a schedule, and that came to pass. The last video I did for that was 2 years ago. I never posted it. I've never made it public. And I've got several other things I'd like to do in that, but I have no freedom. I had no freedom to make that public. And I'm just sitting on that. So we know we're in a short window of opportunity here where everything seems to be opening, or has been opened for this period of time. But I want to warn you again, this is only for a short time. Things are going to kick in very strongly again, and far worse than they did over that couple of years with COVID, with restrictions and legal things coming in. So please be aware, there's a time of preparation. Don't take it for granted. Do the will of God. Seek Him earnestly, because we're going to have trials ahead. And I know God has prepared us for it. And so I'm waiting on Him just we minister locally. You see the messages we're ministering. Don't think I've lost perspective or grip upon the whole prophetic element and knowing where we are and what we're to do at this stage. I haven't lost touch with that. I want to tell you, but I can only speak when God gives me liberty to speak. And when I speak, I really speak clearly and distinctly. So God bless you. Thank you for standing with us, being a part of what we're doing worldwide. Please do pray that the word of God is hastened and reaches the people it needs to. We don't care about numbers or reputation or anything else. We just care about doing the will of God. That's our one singular desire. So God bless you. Pray you're blessed. Hope this helps you. I've got so much more I want to say. To be quite honest, if I'm not careful, I'll keep you here an hour with just sharing my heart. And so much I would like you to know, so much going on in my mind and heart. This office is a thriving place of activity, and yet I'm so hindered in what I'm doing. That's what I feel, at least. But I know God's grace is lifting me, carrying me in a remarkable way. I'm overwhelmed that He just keeps opening up the Word of God. But this poor man, at times, his mind is tired, his body is weary, and I just need that touch of God, that fresh visitation of the presence and the power of God, like we all do. So, saints of God, special days, and wherever you are, may the Lord bless you, encourage you, keep you. You may be very isolated in this hour, but I just pray our messages can touch you and help you. If you are isolated, I pray, please, we do this with all of our heart. We can't talk to everyone personally, but every message goes forth with outpourings of prayer that people be touched by the power of God. God bless you.